We now have Catherine Adams. Miss Catherine Adams, over to you. 3 minutes, please.
Madam Chair, moderator, panelists, experts, and supporters of this working session, it is an honor for me to be here today, representing the Catalyst Mbongi, traveling with my collaborators of the South Carolina Reparations Alliance, and I am the granddaughter of Lucille Terry and Sarah Collins. At Claflin University in Orangeburg, South Carolina, I teach the importance of cultural meaning making. The Africana Studies framework articulated by Dr. Greg Carr describes cultural meaning making as the art, the dance, music, literature, orature, otherwise characterized as texts and practices created by African people. First, a family text. In 1787, Kitty, a young woman of about 17 years old, was purchased in an unknown port off the west coast of Africa. She arrived in Creswell, North Carolina, in a group of 80 people enslaved to clear swampland for Josiah Collins, his family, his encampment of forced laborers, and what was to become one of the most profitable rice plantations in the state. Kitty's son, named Philadelphia, and his family were willed to a Collins granddaughter, and in 1843, forced to walk to Alabama to establish a new plantation in Faunsdale, Alabama. This property is still owned by the white descendants today. After emancipation, my paternal grandmother's grandfather migrated to the city of Philadelphia, a place that shared the name of his father. As a family, each year we learn more about Kitty, Philadelphia, and his son Shepherd, for whom my father was named. We must continue to learn and pass on what we can of our family stories. The second story is one of locality. On February 8, 1968, Orangeburg, South Carolina became the first U.S. city where police opened fire on unarmed college students. Officers killed 3 students at South Carolina State University and injured dozens of students from SC State and neighboring Claflin. The massacre traumatized both historically Black campuses and the city's Black residents. The community remains hindered by elusive reparatory and economic justice. People remember the stories of Kent State and Jackson State, where students were killed by police. But the earlier occurrence of massacre in Orangeburg has been almost erased from the national consciousness and even the state and local consciousness as a seminal event. We must recover the local stories and pass them on. Cultural meaning making is a critical component of what we do. Narration, listening, and archiving our stories is so critical. Not just the grand and counter narratives, the family and local narratives too. And need I say, mouth-to-ear narration of our cultural stories matter. Begin with the oldest member of your family. Do not interrogate, but ask them to narrate their story. And if you are among the oldest in your family, do not wait to be asked. Share your stories. I will close with an Akan proverb that says, "The family is like the forest. If you are outside, it is dense. If you are inside, you see that each tree has its own position." Thank you.
Thank you so much for that intervention.